Hi everyone, welcome to the health tip this week. So it's the season. People say they're going to be catching stuff. So one thing on this topic in the next little while, there's like an hour-long interview with the author of this book, Can You Catch a Cold? The Untold History of Human Experiments. Basically, I'm going to just kind of break it up into little sections so it'll be easy to kind of digest the information. But everything I talk about here is basically talked about in here, where they've done hundreds of experiments, over 250 experiments, trying to get people to catch things from other people, and they pretty much never work. And you'll go through the interview with the author, and he'll describe why that kind of happened and the ideas of why it might be happening, why we think we catch things from each other. So that's going to be coming up in the next part of this year after I get that video edited out. So I look forward to that. But I just want to recap again the idea that you're catching something, okay? So we don't call this season I'm catching something, because all the things they say you have, like streptococcus or staphylococcus, I got a staph infection, all those bacteria, they're all inside your whole mucous lining, inside your nose and your whole system. They're all over our body. We have bacteria and fungus and mold, and they're all over our whole body. We call it the microbiome, but we have that over our whole body. And we don't catch them. We're not coughing them through the air and passing them to each other because they're on us all the time. So we're not really catching things from each other. We're catching signals from each other. Maybe it's time to clear the ducts. So I give people the idea of every so often in your pool, you have to backwash the pool. The filter is accumulating stuff, it's filtering, and then it's going to build up a lot of stuff that it needs to backwash. So then you put the backwash in, and all that junk gets pushed out of the drain in the other direction to clear the filter. So your body's going to clear its filter. Where is it going to clear it? Maybe you'll get diarrhea, and you're going to call that, I got an intestinal bug. If it's going to come out of your lungs, you're going to call it, pneumonia or bronchitis or cough or influenza. Some people, it comes out of their ears and it's wax and things like that. Some people, it comes out of their eyes and they're tearing up, and they got red eyes and things like that. So your body has all these mechanisms of trying to escape those things, and it also might come out of your skin. That's another one too. So people are going to have rashes and eczema and psoriasis and things like that. So when your body's trying to backwash the filter, it's going to come out of your body. But a lot of times it's happening in seasons, right? So right now, this isn't like catching our cold season. This is we've overeaten. We've had too much processed white flour, too much processed white sugar. We've indulged. We've eaten more than we usually eat. We've eaten different things than we usually eat. There's lots of sweets and sugars. We're inside, so we're getting maybe less vitamin D from the sun. We're drinking too much, right? Staying up late, all those things. You accumulate all that stuff, that filter gets clogged up, and it's time for a backwash. And then we see other people doing it all around the same time. We say we're giving it to each other, but we're not. We're just kind of randomly all kind of having the timing to clear our filters. And sometimes when we see other people doing it, your conscious or your connection with that people says, oh, it's my time to clear up my filter too. And you notice to do it, and you all kind of seem to do it all around the same time. So all those bacteria that are inside our body, the word for it, they're called saprophytes. They do a saprophytic function, meaning that we have it in all the time. We always have them there, but when your tissue gets weakened or it's dead, then these break it down to recycle the material so that your body can reuse it again. So all these cells that are weak or broken down, they're going to multiply, so you're going to have more bacteria multiplying to break down all that dead and dying tissue that's inside your body from all the accumulated toxins and things like that that have overburdened your cells, and the cells have become weak or dead, and the bacteria, they multiply. So you're going to have lots of them, and so if they do a swab, they're going to find loads of staphylococcus or streptococcus, but whatever the bacteria or the microorganism that needs to be there to break down that specific tissue type or that type of breakdown product, you'll have more of that. And then that's what they'll find a lot of when that's happening. You get the pus and the mucus and all that as your body's clearing all that stuff, and then all of those things will recycle and come back to normal again. And then your body will recycle whatever pieces that they did. The amino acids and things will rebuild new cells, and you have new cells, replenished again. And then it's kind of like Jello. If you think about Jello that has all those pieces of fruit in it, you see the Jello like that. So pretend all those pieces of fruit are toxins that your body has accumulated. So how do you get those toxins out of Jello? If you heat up that Jello, it might turn to liquid again, and all that stuff would run off. So maybe your body might give you a fever to heat up the cells to make all that stuff run off, and then you'll clear it out and have coughing and blowing your nose, and it'll go on for a number of days, and then your body will slowly come around and recycle the stuff and then repair the tissues again. So that's kind of what's happening right now. So we're not catching things, we're just clearing out things, and we're all doing it around the same time. So it looks like we're giving it to each other, but we're really not. So that's just something to keep in mind. The developer of chiropractic, BJ Palmer, he talked about what you guys think it is. They call it germ theory. He said if germ theory was actually true, that we're actually giving germs to each other and germs are making us sick, well, they're on us all the time. So he said nobody would be alive to tell the story if that was actually a real thing. So even though we all think we're giving each other these things, we're really not. We're just kind of going through the process of clearing out our body, and we happen to be doing it around the same time. So keep that in mind. That's your health tip for this week. It may seem a little strange, but it's actually probably the truth. So we'll see you next time, and have a good holiday.